January 25th, 2019. At this time, I will ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Trustee Cap?
Here.
Trustee Bonner? Present. Trustee Greer?
Here.
Trustee Richardson?
Here.
Trustee Claybrook?
Here.
And a quorum is present, so we stand for the pledge of allegiance. And Trustee Greer, could you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Are there any approval or corrections of the minutes of the regular board meeting that was held on June 11, 2019? Are there any corrections to be made to the minutes? June 11, 2019. If there are no corrections to be made, I will ask for a motion to approve the minutes as they were.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
A motion was made by Trustee Cap to approve the minutes of June 11, 2019. Do we have a second, please?
A second.
A second by Trustee Greer. We're going to take a roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Bonner? Yes. Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion passed. Minutes approved. Before the part for the citizens to speak, if you will stand up and give us your name if you have a comment to make, and please keep your comments to 3 minutes. And at this time, I will ask for a motion to open the meeting to the public.
I make a motion to open the meeting to the public.
That's the motion for Trustee Claybrook to open the meeting to the public. We need a second.
I second.
A second by Trustee Greer. We're going to take the roll, please.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Bonner? Yes. Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. This session is now open to the public. Is there anyone on this side? Is there anyone on this side? Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Hydu, and last meeting I attended, it was a meeting after the last election. I was watching on YouTube that, Mayor, you said you prayed for understanding of why people seemingly come in here overnight and try to overthrow the village, where you have Trustee Richardson, for example. You said she's been here for 30 years. Well, I've been here almost twice as long as her. I'm 56, lifelong resident, and it seems to me that they weren't trying to overthrow anything. They were trying to take Burnham back. The more and more I've been researching, I'll get back to you. Please don't interrupt me. They're trying to take Burnham back. Let me tell you something, Mayor. You probably don't know this, but back in 2013, you guys had a raffle for the fire department every year, and for 8 to 10 years prior to that, I was coming in here personally handing Nancy a check for $100. I was paying $100 prize money to the Village of Burnham Fire Department. Everything else would be clean money for the village. I figured that way. I'm lifelong, not married. I can afford to do that. Then here, Nancy gets arrested. I'm thinking, man, this all happened under you, Mayor. Okay, that was for starters there. Seems to me the first meeting that I came to a year and a half ago, I asked for a background check on anybody who had their hands in the money, and you and Trustee Cap said, no, you didn't need that. Well, seems to me that we have the same safeguards now that we did back in 2013. We have none. We have zero. You guys haven't changed anything since then. And basically, you did do a background check on them, which you did went on me when you told me that the county owes me $700. What does that have to do with the Village of Burnham? I have no idea. But you told me then, makes a resident wonder, don't even question the mayor or anybody around him. Now, having said all that, I'd like to ask, we're currently over $6 million in debt in this village. Okay, I'm wondering how the heck we got there. Did you guys ever consider, this first question, you ever consider doing a gradual increase in the water rates when we were $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, all the way up to where we are now? Did you guys ever consider that? I didn't think so, because I've been doing some research here. I have a copy here of the Burnham audit. So these numbers, every number that's on here is from the Village of Burnham audit. You guys have all approved it except Trustee Bonner. She wasn't even a trustee at the time. Mr. Attorney, I really wish you'd be sitting over there with us. We could really use you.
Are you going to pay him?
We already do.
Yes.
Where's our tax money coming from? Now, if you look at this,
So when finish the comment,
I'm finishing my comment, Mayor.
Okay.
In 2013, the top one there, you're going to see it's when
John.
It's when she got arrested and she got taken in, it's when this dream team, so-called dream team started, okay? You guys started with a $879,000 surplus. So you guys started sweet there. On the second page is 2016. The second page is from the 17 audit. 2016, we had a $759,000 surplus. We still had like an $800,000 surplus in 16. Look in 17. 17 is the most current audit available, $5.8 million deficit. The village lost over $6 million between 16 and 17. These are your numbers, Mayor. I don't want, this is not personal, this is about the job you're doing. What the heck happened? Our clerk stole over 700 grand over 8 years, your first 8 years. You stole over 700 grand, that's what the FBI found out. You guys have lost, or Nancy didn't take it this time. What happened to it? It's over $6 million lost in 1 year, according to the audit.
Well, you also think of 2 lawsuits. There's a couple of people
Are
in
you-
here.
wait,
No,
wait.
there's a couple of people in here that's sitting on some lawsuits. So before you say
Mayor,
that Burnham,
does she have
before
a-
you say that Burnham,
You
yes
shouldn't
I
get
do,
your gavel.
because you're
Stop
taking
it.
too much.
Mayor.
Gavel nothing.
That's
You have
paid
2
by
people in here
insurance,
that
Marty.
sued Burnham.
That's paid by
Okay, well
insurance.
let's deal money off. Am I
Mayor.
correct?
Insurance.
Am I correct?
Hey, Regina,
You heard me, come at my
Don't
mouth.
hear you.
Now you guys are sitting up here because Bonner had you up in here because she had
Get aware,
him.
you don't even know us.
I do know you because you started the
This
shit.
is
That's
what
what
the-
you're doing.
Officer?
I'm tired of listening to y'all.
We're supposed to be giving comments.
Okay, what is the shit that's happened before? Talk about something now.
Okay.
Sir, how much money is in your bank account that you collected from Burnham? That you sit up here, you come here, no, you're coming here stirring up mess. That's exactly what you're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing
That's
all the
exactly
time.
what you're
Are
doing.
you ready to
You're
get a
stirring
job
up
for the
mess.
village? Where are you gonna be working for the village next?
Are you gonna kill yourself tonight or die of a heart attack?
Man. Nice.
And so if you all would quit coming to the meeting, bringing up all this nonsense.
I don't need to
we
work
wouldn't
at the
have-
community center. Look at you. You look like you're about to die. You're
Is that what you
sweating up.
do? Is that what you do? You don't have anything to come back and talk about some of these physical
Am I angry?
capabilities?
Am I angry? Because you're talking about something that's nonsense because you're upset. Yes, she stole money. That was years ago. Talk about something now. You can't say anything because you don't even live in Burnham and you're running for Burnham and you sued. Now you're working for another police officer. Get out of here with that stupid shit. Move out my way so I can leave.
Please.
Now talk about something else.
Too bad you didn't say your address.
Okay, what, I said you're a family, please. You're a guy up there.
She's an adult, she can control
I have a
herself.
village comment, that the decorum in this meeting was totally disran by the chair. To allow residents.
No. Take it, you have
Allow
take it.
residents, to
You're not
allow
recognized.
residents
You're
to
not
act the way they
recognized.
acted
You're
is
doing another campaign,
unreasonable.
politicking.
Again, this was totally acted upon by the chair.
Russell, you
It's
gotta wait till
totally
you
out
call.
of order.
Wait till you call, then you can see.
He didn't call on her, so don't tell me to wait.
You
I
gotta
already
wait.
told you.
Thank you for your comments, sir.
If you all would quit coming and bringing up this nonsense, we wouldn't have these problems. It is
Wait,
nonsense.
She's still coming.
Are you asking-
Every meeting, you're bringing up the same thing. It is history.
I'm bringing up stuff that's in the audit.
Okay,
the
then
current
look at
audit.
2014.
I'm not talking
Still coming.
Mayor, this is the most current audit available.
So what?
I mean, at this point, it's past.
No,
There's nothing we can
we
do
are
about
currently
current.
$6 million in debt
We're not
because,
$6 million in debt.
how much are we currently in debt?
We're not $6 million.
How much are we?
And that figure that you sold, on the website. that
No,
was
no,
for
no,
the
no,
police
this is
center.
from the current audit.
Okay.
I asked trustee
Are there
Garcia,
other comments? Are
Can
there
you
other
answer my
comments? Yes,
question?
sir.
Yeah, no, I'm
Real quick.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, every meeting.
He going side to side.
I'm giving you a chance to
You
voice your
invited
opinion,
me,
Mayor.
yes.
It's our money.
Which side control is on here?
It was all ours, so I'm a taxpayer too. Like I said,
Exactly.
You ain't nothing special.
What'd you do with our money?
Go ahead.
I just want to be recognized by the chair. May I speak now?
Yes, you may.
Okay, again, I
Can you
want to
state your
say,
name, please, for the record?
again, I will not state my name, I will not
Your
give
name.
my address, I don't have to do that.
You have to
But-
give your
State
name. I mean, you
Thomas.
can't speak then.
Thomas, again, the decorum
No.
headed
Your
by
name
the
is not
chair
Thomas.
was totally disrespectful. To allow residents to do what they did was totally
Yes, sir.
disrespectful. My
Sir, you're not
comment,
allowed to speak. You did not give your name.
I did give my
No,
name,
you
my
did
name
not.
is Thomas. Again, the decorum, let the chair, let happen in this
So you did
meeting
not
was
name
totally
Thomas?
disrespectful.
Your
And
name is not
again,
Thomas, so you're giving out.
And again,
Not
I
calling
want to
names.
say this for the record, the decorum that the chair allowed in this meeting was totally disrespectful. To allow this young lady to swear and cuss on a YouTube channel that is viewed by our teenagers and our residents is totally
Well, it's
disrespectful.
political anyway. It's
But
you know
again,
it's
I will
political.
say,
But you're
since the
politicking.
mayor is talking about
You're
politics, I
politicking.
will go against the fact that the mayor does have signs outside of the village, on village property, after campaign season, still campaigning.
that
So
means
I
we're not
will say
campaigning.
that I
Right.
will bring my signs up here since
No,
we're
you won't.
campaigning on village property,
No, you
on
won't.
village time, but it's not his face,
No, you
he's using other people's faces. I
What's
will
your name?
speak to the fact
Your name is
that
not
the
Tom.
resident did say that the 2017 audit does reflect a $5.8 million deficit.
Are you an
That's on the
accountant?
that's on the audit, that's on the document that he FOIA'd from the village of Burnham, which was on campaign
And
minutes.
you
But
don't put all
again, I
kind of
will
thought-
say, out of no disrespect to you, Mr. Mayor,
And you put
the only
all-
reason I stood up was because the decorum that was allowed by the chair was just unreal. As
It's
many
unreal for
meetings as
people
I
to
visit,
find out
Mr. Mayor,
nonsense.
I've never seen a chair allow people to act that way. I hope going forward that you, as the chair of this meeting, keep the decorum and the respect for all people and represent us as a whole and not just as a poker.
And it was a
That's my
farce.
comment, and I'm
And
done
what a
speaking
farce.
right now.
And what a
Thank you
farce.
so much.
What a farce.
Thank you so much.
What a farce.
Thank you for your comments.
No
sir.
problem.
Phony, phony, phony. Well, first of all, I mean, this group of people, this little small group of people, right, you were constantly campaigning, right, you put out all kind of lies during the election, stuff that wasn't true. I mean, Burnham has
Man,
100
we done
acres of land
campaigning.
somewhere,
I'm not looking for
but
an
you don't know
answer.
whether the land is,
I didn't ask a
well,
question.
you don't
Mr.
know
Mayor.
whether it's environmentally clean or not, you
I
don't know
didn't
who
ask a
owns the
question,
land.
Mr. Mayor.
Well, you have to answer, but I'm telling you.
I didn't ask a
What's
question,
the-
Mr. Mayor.
Right, tell me you're gonna lower the
I don't
tax,
need an
the
answer,
trustees
Mr. Mayor.
can't do
You gotta
that.
learn how to read.
They
It
don't have
said
to do
freeze, not lower.
I have a college degree, I know how to read.
It said
And-
it said freeze, not lower.
Right, right, and all you do is,
I don't want a question,
it's
Mr.
like create
Mayor.
all kind of
I
problems.
don't want a
when you come
question,
into
Mr.
the
Mayor.
meeting.
I'm not asking a question,
And you
Mr.
were
Mayor.
funded by people that's
I'm not
inviting
asking
you
a
here.
question, Mr. Mayor.
Right, this is a.
This is a comment.
Atrocity to the village. Let him talk. Okay, let him talk.
I need to press charges or.
And he can.
Any other comment? Yes, sir.
Ed Brock, and I just, I think we're all arguing, if you could explain, I guess this is a document, from what I understand, John Foyer was given to him by the clerk. And this, if this is a true statement, then can you explain where that much debt, $5 million, if that's true, how did we go from 869,000 to 5 million? If you could explain.
Actually, if I may correct you,
Can you not interrupt a minute? I mean, I may be wrong on my figures, but looking at this, is there an explanation why we were not in such a deficit according to this document? And now we are, and was there something that occurred in the village, like the lady might have said something like there was lawsuits or something, I don't know. As a citizen, just to explain to
You
me,
were freeloading on the village, yes.
who was freeloading on it?
Right.
I mean, is there,
It's been
I mean,
done.
that's a lot of money, $5 million, let's say, if that's just a ballpark figure. If you said, I repaved all the streets in Burnham, or we did sewer work or something, where you could explain. I mean, if that's all, I'd just like an explanation, I don't wanna argue with that, I'm not blaming anybody. Mayor, I've talked to you a few times, you're a nice man, you tried to beautify Burnham, but if this document is true, then I just would like to know where the money went to or why we are in such a deficit. If you could just explain that, maybe everybody would just.
Well, at this time, we're not prepared to get into that this evening.
Okay.
If it's some future time that we will, review it and maybe we can get back with you. Are there any other comments?
Yep. John, you're quiet over there. I know you're in charge of finance. Why don't you step up and say, you know what, guys? Let me take a look at your paperwork, see where it's from.
Yeah.
And let me answer your question next meeting so that we stop doing these things. Because a lot of times we're asking questions and we don't get the right answers. We don't hear from the trustees giving us answers. We hear from that man over there who just talks circles around us.
Well, if you're asking me a question, I could answer, but the column says it's long-term.
You're getting my time.
Long
Just take
term.
it down, maybe next meeting you can speak up, you know, that's all. That's
John,
all I'm
this
asking
came from
for.
the IEPA, you
John,
guys gave it to them.
Number two,
Right.
That's all.
why do you guys have your campaign stuff in front here? I'm just curious. I noticed one by John's house. and then I noticed one.
But if you
2
notice,
out
we
there
didn't
from
have,
the thing.
if you
I'm not
notice,
talking to you, just.
There was
why-
nothing
why
out
is
there
that?
before the election.
Is it like
Not
to
at
It was
all.
just showing the
to
picture, ain't no big
throw
deal.
something back
Take
in
it down.
somebody's face? Is that what it is? I wouldn't think that a
If it
trustee
bothers you that
would
much,
do
we'll
something
move it, but
like
that wasn't the issue. That wasn't, it
You
was
know,
just appreciation.
it doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe this mayor did it, I don't know. And another thing too, to sell Burnham land at $100,000, you know, and then to go buy a vehicle for a youth crew, which, you know,
You don't
then
tell
you
us
say
what
you're
to
gonna
buy.
be using it for the water
You
department.
do not tell us what
It's
to
an
buy.
extra vehicle.
None of your business.
You also bought an extra vehicle for your public works department.
Your time
You
is
bought
up.
2 extra vehicles, which was about $40,000.
It's none of your
Now I'm
business.
thinking you're probably gonna spend about $20,000 on a youth crew.
So,
The only time we had youth crew in the other years is when that money came from, I'm not sure if it was the county or if it was the state. So that's what paid for our youth crew. Now, you think the village has enough money to pay for youth crew just because you sold our land, and now you're gonna decide to bring those kids in here and do the work. Now, I can say
they're kids for
that
the
the youth
community.
crew is not a good thing, or
We're gonna
maybe it is a
bring them
good thing, but this village is tiny. We shouldn't be doing that. We're not freaking Calumet City. We're not Dalton. We're Dixmoor, man. We're East Chicago Heights.
And we shouldn't have had people
We're
sitting at the
small
pump station
community.
letting the
We
grass
can't
and
afford
stuff burn up
these
either,
things.
didn't do a good job for the village either. I mean,
Well,
what they were
now you're
doing.
gonna start throwing things back at me. You're the
Well, you
manager
up
of this
talking,
town.
right?
I'm gonna
You
tell
up
you
talking?
what. When we talk about lawsuits for the village, and we say, oh, this guy's bad, and this guy's bad, and this guy's bad. You know what, where I come from, the private sector? You cut off the head of the snake. It's the management that's bad. Not the people, not the employees.
And some of the employees were bad, that's why they're not here no
And if this man
more.
sued the city and he won, God bless him. If Bonner sued the city and he won, God bless him. Because you know why? And Jimmy Galloway sued the city. And
He's
the
not
village,
working
he
no
won.
more
You know
either,
what?
right?
I'm not
You know
even
what?
afraid of it.
He sued the village and he won, which means you didn't do your job.
And he's not
Because
working here no more, right?
I'm
people,
not here because you're afraid of me.
he won. He didn't lose.
You know I'm a slap.
He won. Jimmy Galloway won.
You gonna slap who?
He sued you personally, and you
No, he did
lost.
not. No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Did not. Take your seat, please. Are there any other public comment? I'll ask them. Go ahead, Tori.
My name is Maria Munoz. I live in 141 in Calhoun. I just wanted to know a little bit more about what you were going to do with the abandoned houses. I think last meeting you said that somebody was going to fix them and then sell them. So I wanted to know if the people of Burnham can get the same deal, if we can buy them. I have a cousin in Phoenix, right next to South Holland. She bought a house from the village for $2,000, and right now they're fixing it themselves, nail by nail. And this has brought a good thing in their family. And I wanted to know if the families from Burnham can get the same offer, or if we are even considered given the same deal that you gave the man.
We didn't give the man anything. We gave him a permission to go to court and get the titles to the property.
Is there a way that the people can have access to those houses and fix them themselves?
Well, the house has been here for years. You didn't want to do that.
No.
Giving them money to the mayor.
But I'm sorry, but
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, then we're gonna move on. The properties, once they go through the process, and once they get deed to the properties, then it's left up to them. So, of course, if someone wants to buy a property off their hand and you want to fix the property up yourself, then I'm sure that's not gonna be available.
yes, I understand that. But the village, the village of Phoenix gave them a deal.
No, we're not giving away anything.
Okay.
That's a great question, thank you. And if we had a list of properties that are vacant and behind on taxes, if we could possibly have some type of program like that for the residents to have first dibs.
We've already started the program. Why are you bringing up stuff after the fact?
Oh, I'm
But you're
just
trying
saying.
to-
I wanted to know more about
I
it.
think that's a great idea.
No, you're trying to pick it back all the stuff we've already started. We
Oh.
announced just a couple.
I was
meetings
asking
ago.
because you mentioned it on the other meeting.
All right.
I wanted to know more about it.
Like I said, once that information we get it, then we'll
Oh,
give
okay.
it out.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you so
Are there
much
no
for your
public
question.
comments? I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting to the public.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
There's a motion by trustee Claybrook to close the meeting to the public. We need a second.
Second.
And second by trustee Richard. Will clerk take the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Bonner?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Yeah, motion passed. The meeting is now closed to the public. Thank you. The Affordable Tree Service has been out this week and last week, trimming some trees and doing some tree removals as well. And they'll continue that, or they might even finish tomorrow. But they should be done by the end of this week. So at this time, we will hear reports from Clerk Lee.
A question, sir. Do we still have our tree trimmer, bucket with the,
Yes.
we still have it? Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Just a reminder that the vehicle stickers are still on sale. They expired June 30th. We're open Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays 9 to 5, and on Thursdays 9 to 6. And this Saturday will be the last Saturdays will be open from 9 to 1. If you're a senior 62 and over or a veteran, we would just require everybody to bring in their vehicle registration in order to purchase it. And again, 62 or older or veteran, the first vehicle would be at no charge. The second one would be $15, and any additional would be whatever the vehicle type is. Regular passenger stickers are $45, and B-plate stickers are $65. Also, reminder, on July 3rd, in Village Hall, the parking lot, the Cook County Animal and Rabies Control will be here. Rabies vaccination, 1 year, $7, 3 years, $21, cash and check only. And that's all I have.
Okay. And Mr. Hayes, that offer was still open for the sticker that I mentioned to you some time ago.
You know what? Yes, you did. But I've been thinking about it, and with all due respect, when I stood, the first thing I said was about the city sticker, and I suggested to you guys that you guys should not be voting yourselves free city stickers. And
No,
I
we don't.
still maintain that position. You guys shouldn't be voting yourselves free city stickers, and I shouldn't get a free one either. So I'm gonna thankfully reject it. I'll just pay for one. We're too much in debt.
Okay. I forgot to mention that we are conducting a survey for the cannabis. So if you, support one or more cannabis stores coming to the village of Burnham, you can put your initial on here, put your name, your address, and your phone number. I mean, if you're for it, if you're against it, you can do the same thing, so.
Excuse me, Mayor, can you mail them things out with the utility bill or something so everybody gets a chance to vote? I know you had them here, that's a good idea, but this way more people would be able to, no?
We've been circulating them around.
You can't mail them with your utility bill? I was hoping to get it.
I mean, we'll get enough of them around to get us now.
So no?
I didn't say no, I said we'll get them around. Public education, health, safety, and welfare, trustee Greer.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't have really too much this evening. I'd just like to let you know that the state of Illinois has become the 11th state to legalize recreational cannabis. The governor signed the bill this afternoon, and it will become effective January the 1st, 2020. And for all the non-valid offenders, the records will be cleared. There will be an annual garage sale. It's July the 13th and July the 20th. Be held at the community center. The hours are from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Setup time is at 7 o'clock. You must bring your own setup. Again, I emphasize this is very important. Bring your own setup. So that's it for this evening. Thank you, and thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you, trustee Greer, for that information and your report. Public Works, Building, trustee Claybrook.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was riding around the village this week and last week. It's a lot of vacant lots that needs to be cut, but due to the rain, you know, it's kind of backed up. But we will be proceeding and cutting those vacant lots. And also, Holland Asphalt was out on 141st in Green Bay and reconstructed and repaved the street. And also on 142nd in Green Bay, they did minor patchwork. I rode down there. I mean, hopefully the residents are satisfied with the work. And another thing, the meeting got a little out of hand today, but if everyone could talk in a respectful way, I think that we could get more things done and more questions answered. You know what I'm saying? But if you come in here bogus and loud and things like that, nothing to get done. And I hope to God that people don't think that they're frightening anyone or, you know,
got that right.
intimidating someone.
got that
Because that's not gonna work. That's all I have.
Can I speak? Yeah,
No, the
they
makers-
did a really nice job. I just wanted to comment that they did a nice job on 141st. I really appreciate it, because we had a lot of potholes. So if you were in charge.
Nobody
of it-
said that, but they just come here with all the negative stuff. They don't ever say anything about the positive stuff.
Yeah,
But
that
that's okay.
was
We'll go on.
positive. I
We're gonna thank
believe
you.
that, I really like what they
Thank you.
did with the street. They did a good job, so you're to be commended on that. I would have said that before. Matter of fact, I was gonna say.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Trustee, hey Brooks, will the lot behind 142 and Manistee be included in that, like the cleanup and
Yeah,
cut down?
I got a call on that also.
On the what?
I
No,
did get a
the
call.
big field.
Yeah,
Back
in
there.
back of Manistee.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ordinance resolution of planning, trustee Garcia, and I have trustee Cap, would you take that?
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action on resolution 2019-R-006, a resolution to join and participate in the automatic aid program and approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the villages of Burnham and Illinois Municipal Corporation and Calumet City, Country Club Hills, Dalton, East Hazelcrest, Flossmoor, Glenwood, Harvey, Hazelcrest, Homewood, Lansing, Linwood, Markham, the town of Munster, Oak Forest, Phoenix, Riverdale, South Holland, Thornton, and Tinley Park.
Excuse me, trustee Cap, I have to make a correction. It's R007. I made an error. It's not 6, it's 7.
Okay, let me make a correction, it's R007.
Okay, Stanley, did you have something before?
I was going to ask the chief to explain this agreement because he's been spearheading it with me, working on it for the last 2 weeks or more.
Yes, sir.
Chief Hornberg?
Thank you very much. Fire Chief Andrew Horberg. So the village of Burnham has been privileged for many years to have great relationships with its neighbors. As a matter of fact, we're one of 20 towns from Munster all the way west of Tinley Park, from the border of Chicago down to Linwood, of fire departments that cooperate with one another to provide each other fire protection when any of the towns needs additional help in the event of an emergency. We've formalized these relationships over the years with something called the Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, which is a statewide program, so we can essentially get help from anywhere in the state of Illinois if a major disaster hits, and we provide assistance to our neighboring towns as well. Over the years, several towns have had some more informal relationships of what's called automatic aid, not mutual aid, but automatic aid. And Burnham does have an automatic aid agreement currently with Calumet City, Dalton, Riverdale, and Thornton in the event of a structure fire. You may have noticed that when we have reported structure fires in towns, a lot of towns come in right away automatically to help us, and we go and help them in circumstances as well. So all of these towns, these 20 towns, have thought it best to have a formal agreement which says that if any town needs assistance, not necessarily of a major disaster, but of any assistance whatsoever for small fires, could be large fires, or other instances, that will help one another out, and that we will do it free of charge. And our insurance policies that are in effect in each village will cover our own towns if anything happens to any of our people. Knock on wood, we haven't had any issues over the years. So this is really a formalization of a formal and informal arrangement we've had for many years with our surrounding communities. So it's something that, as our village attorney said, has been worked on for some time, and I appreciate the mayor and the board of trustees considering this and moving forward in a positive direction for our fire protection.
Well, that's a positive affirmation.
And let me just say that while we've had Mavis Mutual Alarm Box Alarm System, that it's been phenomenal, and Burnham's been phenomenal in responding to help other agencies, as well as them coming to help Burnham. And I'm so glad that you're continuing on with it.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay. The board got another question.
All right, Andy?
Yes, sir.
In researching this further, I had discovered some other important fact I neglected to say that I discovered. Could you please explain the importance of yesterday, particularly to you?
It was my birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy. Happy birthday to you.
I had to put you on the spot.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, David. Thank you, everybody.
And you got to call for a motion to pass.
I'm ready. I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2019-R-007, a resolution to join and participate in the automatic aid program and approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the villages of Burnham, an Illinois Municipal Corporation, and Calumet City, Country Club Hills, Dalton, East Hazel Crest, Flossmoor, Glenwood, Harvey, Hazel Crest, Homewood, Lansing, Linwood, Markham, the town of Munster, Oak Forest, Phoenix, Riverdale, South Holland, Thornton, and Tinley Park.
I second the motion.
Okay, let's try to take a roll, please.
Trustee Cap?
Yes?
Trustee Bonner?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Quigley?
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you.
Mr. Mayor and members of the board, Chief Warburg and myself have some business to attend to, and I know the meeting is going to go later, longer than anticipated, and you're going to go into the executive session. If I can ask the excuse at this time, along with the chief, so we can.
That's ready.
Thank you. If anybody has any questions, I'll be available by phone tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Finance, trustee Cap.
I have nothing to add,
Thank you, trustee Cap.
except I will look into this audit report. It's just one page of an old report, but I'll look into it before the next meeting. It looks like long-term debt somehow that just came up. It's probably the way they do the math or do the accounting, but I'll look at it.
Okay, thank you, trustee Cap. Public utilities, trustee Richardson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Annual drinking water quality report will be mailed out to the residents,
I'll just pass that.
or mailed or passed out, and that's for the year 2018. And it's a reminder that Nicor Gas will be updating their gas meters. So a private service that they've hired will be contacting you or showing up at your house. They will have ID, and they'll be attaching a little meter. And if your meter is outside, it won't. They won't even have to bother you. If it's inside, they'll have to call and schedule an appointment. So, just look out for that. And ComEd is still taking air conditioning. And I know for the refrigerators and freezers, they're giving you a $50 rebate. So you can call and schedule a pickup. And they're warning residents, customers, not to get scammed. I guess people are showing up saying they work for ComEd, asking for payment with a prepaid card. They don't do that. They'll never ask for your social security numbers. So just be alert and be aware. That's it for me.
Thank you, trustee Richardson, for the report and your information. Park and Recreation, trustee Bonner.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Memorial Park District pickup soccer is still ongoing until August 13th, every Tuesday from 5 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. And it's free to all ages. That's at Memorial Park every Tuesday. Also, tumbling session 2 starts July 24th through August 28th. On Wednesdays from 4 to 5, and that's for 4 to 9-year-olds. And that's $30 for residents at Sandridge. And Finneran is still having open swim. And every Monday and Tuesday at 3 p.m., it's $1 at Finneran Park. Every other day, it's $4 for adults and $2 for a child. And that's it for my report. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And in the top lot at 139th and Hoxie, some of the residents over there, been complaining that there's not enough equipment there for the kids in the park. So I asked them to clean the park up, and I also asked them to order a new swing set
garbage cans and things in there.
Okay, why don't you,
No, I'm sorry, I just recognized.
no, after the, well, after the meeting, you can answer.
Oh,
After the
okay,
meeting,
that's
after the
fine.
meeting. Thank you. Then a presentation of petitions, then a communication memorial. Under the memorial, unfortunately, we had a young man that passed away about a week ago, and he was 29 years of age, and it was just kind of an unfortunate situation, and I won't say anything else about it.
Sorry to hear it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
I know the situation.
I have the flyer for July 3rd. Okay.
And then the rest of the month, you said?
She has one of them.
Oh, you got one open.
So sorry. I'm trying to print it out.
And the Park District always has their annual Freedom's Eve on July 3rd. So that's always a great event to see the fireworks on July 3rd at the Park District. Usually it's at TF North. And you can check the village's website for times.
Yeah, both.
Okay, great. She'll post it. villageofburnham.com.
Thank you. And,
Thank you so much, Bruce.
okay, and we'll move on, and there are no rest months, and we always appreciate people's coming to the meeting, but sometimes we just get tired of people attacking us and talking about the same thing over and over and over again. If something has happened already, there's nothing we can do about it. It's done, right? It's done with. It's old. It's gone. So what we're trying to do is to go forward and to make progress going forward, and not to repeat on any of those mistakes. The new business, Trustee Captain, you take that. That's the unfinished business. New business, Trustee Captain, you take that.
Request for closed
These are
section.
three of them.
Request for closed session per 5 ILCS 120-2. 21, discussion of minutes lawfully closed, whether for the purpose of approval of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes. Then the second one is 5 LICS 120-2. 11, litigation, when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the village has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, and when the board finds that an action is probable or imminent. The third one is 5 ILCS 120-2. Number 1, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel.
So I will ask for a motion that we go into executive session. Yeah.
Okay, I would just like to go back and ditto what Trustee Travis said, and also the mayor. We are such a fine, dignified community, and we're not gonna always agree on things, but there's always a way of doing and saying everything, and I hope that we can come to that. We must learn to give respect. If you want respect, you have to give respect. And I hope that from the future on, we can do better, we can talk out the differences, but to come and upset, this is not us, people. We're a fine, dignified community, and I certainly would hope that we can stay that way. Thank
And
you.
I'm gonna say this before we take the motion. There are a lot of things that's going on in Washington D.C. that people don't like. Is anybody calling up there? All right, thank you.
And
I'll ask
also,
for-
I'm sorry, also, thank you so much for that, Trustee Greer.
Yeah.
And also, may I add that the meeting was going according to the Open Meetings Act, and, each person was given their time to speak, and everything was going fine until the lady came in disruptive and cursing and out of order and calling people names, and I hope that never happens again,
Yeah, but people.
because it was very upsetting.
Yeah, but people aggravate other people, and sometimes they overreact.
Mayor.
But anyway, I'll ask for a motion. I'll ask for a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
There's a motion on the floor by Trustee Claybrook to go into executive session. Could we have a second?
I second.
A second by Trustee Greer. Please let me take the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Bonner?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
A motion passed to go into executive session.
So for those that aren't still here when we